Hi, I'm Bridget from Sydney Fish Market, and today we're going to talk about cuttlefish. So cuttlefish, this is what a cuttlefish looks like. It's got its 8 little legs and 2 long legs. Your alternatives to a cuttlefish though, you can use a squid. There's a big calamari squid. Not all squid are calamari, but that is a calamari squid. You can also use octopus. They are all interchangeable in nearly every recipe, but the preparation is slightly different. So let's take you through how to prepare it. I'll leave that one there. Let's grab this one over here. Now first of all, with cuttlefish, and it often happens with the squid and the octopus, you'll often see a little bit of black ink seeping out. That's just the little ink sac that it's got that it releases into the water to cloud the water to get away from its enemies. It is an edible ink. If anybody's ever had squid ink pasta, that's often where they'll use it, so it's a natural dye and a natural colouring. So if you wanted to, you can give it a quick rinse. You can see all that black ink coming out. Now the preparation of this is slightly different to a squid. So what we need to do, cuttlefish is a cuttlefish because it's got a cuttle bone. There's the cuttle bone there. You can see the shape of it, and be very careful because it's got a point on the top, so don't skewer yourself. So grab hold of your cuttle bone, and if you twist it, you can actually cut from the inside straight out. So there's the cuttle bone that you often see on the beaches, and they feed it to the budgies. All right, now there's the hole that was left by the cuttle bone. You can see it's quite soft and squishy. Where that squishy bit joins the hard flesh, just get your 2 thumbs over there and make a small incision, and then run your thumb up and open it. So you don't use a knife, try and do as much by hand as possible, and you can see the ink is making a bit of a mess, but that's all right. We'll give it a quick rinse and see if you can see what's happening underneath it all. Okay, so we've opened it up. Now what we want to do is start to pull those guts across to one side. I have to use 2 thumbs. Try not to use a knife because if you use your fingers you can actually feel what you're doing. Put the whole lot into a soft headlock and then just pull it out. Now it looks a bit messy. You can actually eat the legs, but those ones are a bit little, so we probably wouldn't bother with those ones. Okay, clean this up. Now we'll just grab some paper towel. Wipe this clean. And you can see there's the clean flesh in underneath. And the only other preparation is turn it over, grab hold of what is a slightly thicker bit of flesh on that side. It's actually a modified flap. Put your cuttlefish flat on the chopping board and use your thumb to release the skin before you start to pull it off. And what that does is it just makes it easier to stop it tearing. If you do tear it, go back to the other side, grab hold of that side and go back and meet yourself in the middle. So release it all, so you can see I'm releasing it with my thumb before I pull it. And then the whole lot should just come off neatly in one neat piece. You can leave the skin on, but it's a bit chewy. So all we need to do now is just give that a wipe over, tidy it up, and then trim up the edges. I might turn this chopping board over and I'll just quickly show you how to chop it up. Okay, just trim up the edges. And then what we can do is you can either score it or we can cut it into strips. So let's do a quick scoring. That means on the inside, you cut halfway through the flesh, turn your knife at a bit of an angle, all the way one way, all the way the other way, scored on the inside, and then cut into bite-sized pieces. Or you can do it into little strips if you wanted to. Go top to bottom. If you go crossways, they curl into little tight corkscrews. This way it just gets a nice gentle curve. You can leave the ink on, or you could just give it another wash if you wanted to, but make sure you pat it dry. It is cooked as soon as the flesh goes white. So high temperature and very fast, which means 1 to 2 minutes. Otherwise, very slow temperature and low cooking for about 45 to an hour.